I ask you what's the best movie scene of the century, you might think of this.
Listen to my voice. You need to focus.
Or this. You'll think of a dramatic scene that completely changes the course of the story. Maybe a scene of great acting.
Every day I wake up and I hope you're dead!
Great dialogue.
It's just sometimes you say two things at once, I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to be aiming at.
A scene that's full of tension. Maybe an elaborate action set piece. And that one doesn't count. It's hors concours. In any case, you will probably give an answer that makes sense. Well, that makes one of us. You. I won't give you an answer that makes sense. For some reason, whenever I think of this question, there's only one scene that pops in my brain. It's from The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro's romantic, violent, wholesome and horny fairy tale. A gorgeous film, in every way. And no, it's not any memorable scene that might have come to mind. It's Michael Shannon buying a car. The scene is 1 minute and 9 seconds long. It contributes nil to the plot. Its only connection to the rest of the movie is that in an earlier scene he mentioned buying a car and his wife recommended a Cadillac.
I'm thinking I need a new car.
How about a Cadillac, mister?
That's the footage. I had no choice but to show it. And later the car gets damaged. That's it. You could cut the scene out and it would never leave a dent. Why do I adore it so much then? Because it's a perfect illustration of this character's corrupted version of the American dream, revealing his tendency and pressure to follow the flow of what an idyllic life and an outward image of superficial success are supposed to be? No, we do formalism here, sir. It's just a perfectly well-made little scene. The writing is sharp and the direction is simply spotless. Here's the scene. Michael Shannon's character, Strickland, is browsing a Cadillac dealership. One of those old-timey know-it-all smooth-talking car salesmen starts old-timey know-it-all smooth-talking.
Cadillac DeVille, best car ever made.
He presents a car, Strickland gets in, end of scene. Allow me to explain why this tiny thing is so perfect. It's two shots. The first shot places a car in the foreground. The camera follows Strickland's movement to the right while pulling back and booming up to end on a very wide angle of the place. 10 seconds long. It does nothing but present the location and set the mood. Obviously, it's not what we're here for. If it didn't exist, I'd still have made this video. Let's get to the shot that matters. A new car in the foreground, with another one in the middle ground seen through the windows. The salesman hops onto the rotating car display. Strickland sticks his head in the same aperture. Out, and the camera goes left to get a better view of the revolving car. The salesman starts talking while the rotation reveals him and Strickland walks forward to the left. The camera follows. We approach the background car and the salesman hops out of the platform to stress his slogan-like statement.
Now this is the Taj Mahal on wheels.
The camera almost stops once we get to the green car.
No, it's not green, my friend, teal.
The salesman opens the door while polishing it. Strickland hesitatingly enters the car, the camera closes in, and the salesman shuts the door. There's no doubt he'll buy it. I love everything about this shot. Let's start with the writing. This shameless salesman is the best.
V8, 390 CID, 12 coats of paint, polished by hand, all authentic chrome detailing, AM radio, air conditioner, power windows, power brakes, power steering, power seats.
Listing attributes while pretending he's not trying to sell anything.
Clean and crisp like a fresh dollar bill.
I'm just idling around.
And I'm just talking.
The distinction between green, a common color for commoners, and our very special teal.
I'm not sure about the green.
No, it's not green, my friend, teal.
He even dares to interrupt the buyer when he tries to besmirch this most unique of colors.
Well, teal looks green to
But
me.
it isn't, see? It's a limited edition.
He makes a bold claim.
4 out of 5 successful men in America drive a Cadillac.
That's questioned.
Is that a fact?
So he gets specific.
This here is the future.
Then he ends the pitch on flattery.
And you strike me as a man who is headed there.
Where?
Why, the future.
From building up the car's qualities,
All deluxe interior appointment choices, 143 options.
he finally places his client on the same level as this perfect buy.
You're the man of the future. You belong in this car.
At every instant, the salesman controlled the frame. Every obstacle was brought down with a wave of his hand. Objection 1. I'm not interested in a sales pitch. No frame. I'm not pitching, just talking.
I'm just idling around.
And I'm just talking.
Objection 2. I don't like green. No frame? It's not green. it's teal.
I'm not sure about the green.
No, it's not green, my friend, teal.
Objection 3. I don't believe your facts. New frame? It's not a fact, it's the future.
4 out of 5 successful men in America drive a Cadillac.
Is that a fact?
This here is the future.
Then the decisive blow.
You're the man of the future. You belong in this car.
Even making the buyer sit in the car, making the sale physical and personal. And, as this is cinema, visual. Give this man a raise. The actor is named Lett, by the way. Thought he deserved a shout. To go through a full narrative like this in less than 1 minute, that's what I call concise writing. And the old-timey know-it-all smooth-talking car salesman is easily one of my favorite stock characters.
Power windows, power brakes, power mirrors.
1962 Coupe de Ville. Does everything but make breakfast.
My wife knew I was here, she'd kill me.
What a way to go.
I had a Dodge. Those are wonderful if you want to get somewhere. This is for when you've already arrived.
I see you're admiring the seats. That's pigskin and calfskin, hand-rubbed.
Of course, someone like you don't need to see yourself in a Cadillac. You're walking about in one every day.
The only thing that sounds better than the engine is the radio.
I bet you'd be as comfortable in one of these as you would in your own skin.
All is not well with America.
America doesn't own the 300.
Now let's move to the camera. Del Toro's camera movements are constant and as smooth as Mr. Cadillac's talk. Yet, his camera is never showy. It floats from point A to point B without ever somersaulting or pirouetting. It only captures information without emphasizing the camera movement itself. Very minimal, discreet, and except for the lack of full stops, classical. This shot is a seemingly simple case of going to the side, forward, to the other side, and a bit forward still. Visually, we are unavoidably led to the teal car in the back. Steady and inevitable. It's like the camera works for the salesman. If only they all did. Another primordial visual component. Deep focus. Both shots have the frame in full focus so you can take in every detail of this precious store. All shiny and chrome. Thank heavens Guillermo doesn't subscribe to the shallow focus is cinematic school. The setting itself also serves the scene. Mind how the rotating platform is synchronized to the camera motion, to Michael Shannon's walking speed, introducing the scene's MVP with the correct timing. Plus, it's visually interesting.
Cadillac DeVille, best car ever made.
This is perfect directing. All gears and cogs of the cinematic machine fall beautifully into place. The story is told visually, without a fuss, and without a false note. So, am I calling this the best scene of the century mostly because of how it's shot? Well, yes. We're talking about cinema, right? Call me crazy, but I say that cinematic aspects are important. This is the best type of long take. The type that nobody online will talk about, because it's invisible. It tells a story, it doesn't last 1 second more than it needs, and it consists of simple logical motions.
Is that a fact?
This here is the future.
You'll never know how happy I am that this is an Oscar-winning achievement in directing. It's rare for our choices to meet, but the stars aligned in 2018.
And I'm just talking.
And if you feel like you learned a thing or two, you can like and subscribe. That's how you get more videos like this. And if you're the Taj Mahal of viewers, you can join me on Patreon.
And you strike me as a man who is headed there.
And tell me which underrated scene is your favorite of the century. A scene whose direction is a marvel to behold. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.